Hello folks, welcome back into the Let's Look Brad channel. So I went to a gun show this afternoon, actually this morning. It was in Sheridan, Wyoming. I picked up just a couple of things that I needed for, gun wise, but somebody had coins there for sale and they had a lot of silver for sale. A lot of foreign stuff. I'll check through all their foreigns. I checked through all their reals. They had a ton of reals. They had a ton of like older walking liberties and so forth, so on. Basically coal, like literally grade 2, grade 3, super low grades on those. So I wasn't really too wanting, I wasn't wanting those more or less, but I definitely was wanting the dimes. We've got a bunch of dimes here as you see stacked up, and a lot more things are actually right here. Really excited because I'll show you this here in a second. But in the dimes, we've got a bunch of the Roosevelts and the Mercuries mixed together. This is actually a roll and a half of dimes here. So I'm going to look through the scope here, see if we got any better dates on there, especially any varieties on there. Definitely want to look in for the Mercury dimes too, if they got some better dates or some key dates in there. That'd be nice to find something out of there. Then you have this right here. This is that Washington commemorative coin. There's been quite a few I've seen, but I guess I've seen the Exposition coin. I think it was 1893 Exposition coin they had. But this one is the George Washington 250th anniversary birth, 1982. So yeah, this right here, really flawless condition, basically. Beautiful coin. Yeah, so I wanted to pick it up. It comes with a little box there. Shows exactly the information that's with it too. So that was interesting. And like I said, I think the last one I bought that was actually out of a box, it had like a maroon cover to it, or like a reddish tint color. And it was, I want to say it was like an Exposition coin or something like that. The Exposition that they had going on, 1893. But that's a really awesome find. I picked up this here, which was, as you see, 1866 3-cent nickel. And I'm going to tell you the prices here in a second, which is going to blow your mind, because it blew my mind for sure. So 3-cent nickel, always want to pick one of these up, especially if I get it. This one has hairline and everything in it. It looks like it's a little bit of chatter on the throat there. Probably some corrosion. Pretty old. Looks like it might have been actually a metal detecting find possibly, but sorry, the wind is blowing the trailer left and right, so a little shaky. But anyhow, 3-cent nickel there, and it also had another 3-cent nickel he had just in the bottom of the box. This is 1868 there. It's in pretty decent condition, honestly. Like I say, it's a little flattened on the hairline. You got Liberty that's still in the top of the crown up there. Flipping on over to the 3-cent. Yeah, I mean, it's in pretty decent shape. So really surprised to get that one. Move on over here. Actually, did I get 3 of them? Yeah, I guess I got 3 of them. Yeah, this one right here, another 1868, as you see. It's got a little bit of greenish coloration that's on the top, a little more flat. That's the price. I paid $3 for this, and when he says VG condition, oh, he's got it as VG condition, but look at that. That's crazy. That's beautiful for $3, $3.25. That's insane. So looks like I got 3 of them. I honestly thought I only had 2 of them, so I got 3 of them, which is really nice. And then this little mint set that's right here. This is as you see, a 1964 mint set. So you've got 3 silvers that are stacked up in there. So you got the dime, the quarter, and the $half there. I mean, they're brand spanking new. They're still in the slab here, which has been in there. He charged me $10 for this. This coin alone is basically worth $12, $13 by itself. Plus, it's in BU condition. I mean, the quarter is probably worth $8 to $10 by itself. The dime's probably worth $3 by itself. You know, in the sense of grading factor, if you were to grade and sell. Look at that $half though. I mean, they're brand spanking new. So he charged me $10 for this right here. Plus, we've got a 64 Philadelphia and a 64 there also to search. I'm gonna search up under the scope. I don't think I'm gonna try to take these out. I do have my little flips right there, and then I have my Mylar flips are right behind there, so I might take them out, flip them up just to have them. But yeah, $10 for this, just mind-blowing. But this right here had me floored, because I looked at it originally, I was like, oh sweet, a 1975 quarter. And I was like, I wonder if it's a CC, because I have an 1875, And I was like, man, that's crazy. He's got a quarter here, Liberty seated. I was like, this is going to be cool if he's got a CC on the back, because I have a VG10 1875 Carson City quarter, and I have it graded through Annex. And then, like I said, they graded it at a 10 there. So I was like, man, that's awesome. Okay, I'll pick up another one. But when he told me it's a 20-cent piece, 20 cents right there, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. And I was really blown away, because when he was talking to me about pricing on this also, he said he's actually selling a lot of this stuff for a good buddy of his that had passed away. And I talked to him about pricing of them. He says he doesn't really care. He's not here for the coin. He's not here for the coins. He was here for the guns. And I told him, I said, okay, well, how much you want for it? And he said, would you give me $20 for it? I said, this thing's worth a lot more than that. And he just shook his head. He's like, I don't honestly care. I said, I'll give you 25 just to make me feel a little better if you don't care. So I gave him $25 for this. It's an 1875, but it's got an S under there also. So we've got an 1875 20-cent piece. These are really tough to find. This one's going to get graded. I'm going to have a grading submission coming here for too long when I go back to the house, get some things. But I'm going to get it graded. It might be damaged. It's honestly no real big gouges, no gashes on there. There's scratches and stuff on it. So hopefully if we do get anything on there, it's just scratches. But I'm going to get this graded. You don't see a lot of these. And actually the mintage of this 1875S is 1.1 million. That's it. Usually, and I want to say there was like a 2 or 3 year print run of this. So I'm really blown away that he had this, and especially getting it for $25. So basically 25 bucks, $10, which was for this, $3.25, $3, $10, and then all this right here was $100. So that's a roll and a half of dimes. And you know, dimes or silver right now is at $30 an ounce. So at a roll and a half, I didn't pay hardly anything for this. So which is really nice. But let me go ahead and jump on the scope. I'm gonna go ahead and search through all of this real quick, see if I get anything additional. There is 2 additional varieties for the 1875S. So we'll see if there's anything on there I can see up underneath the scope as per mentioned. But check it all, bring it right back in. Hopefully we get something out of there, because that would add just even more shock and awe to this buyout. Okay, well, I'm just coming in for a little update. Actually, to show you a couple of things that I found in the Rosie dimes, Roosevelt dimes as I call them, Rosie. Separated the Mercury dimes off to the side. This is the stack I've already looked through. Now, just to give you kind of an ideal picture of what a D would look like on the back, that's a really nice D there. It's pretty pronounced, so you're able to see it. There's not much going on. And I want to say this is the only 64 that was in the whole stack here. So I'm going to set this off to the side. Let's get to working on these. This one here is a 1952. It's just interesting because this right here, the browning that goes around, it's actually almost like a cracked line. You can see it goes through his eyeball there, comes out of his nose, and if you tilt it a little bit, it's just a different coloration on there. I tried rubbing it with my fingers, but you see it looks like almost like a crack going across there. So I'm not sure what that would be. It's going through his face, a little two-face design kind of. So that was interesting. Pulled it off to the side. Let's jump up on this next one here. This next one here is, yet again, that's going to be what the D looks like. It's kind of got some kind of doubling on the right there, possibly just squish design from like a machine doubling and whatnot. It's kind of pronounced as it stands out, like I said, when you tilt it. Then it's got something going on the top of there. Not sure if it's another little shadow D or something like that in the inside of it. Head off to the side. Like I said, it's something just a little interesting for you guys to see. Just wanted to point it out. Let's walk over here to the next one. This next one here is a little more pronounced. As you see, you could probably have an RPM, a D over D. It's actually got splitting that's right here in the middle of the D and then on the back side of the D. So it might be a slanted D as you see it going through the inside of the D itself. So it might be slanted and then one standing straight up going on the top of it. So possibly, but yet again, they're pretty worn in, so it's not going to be much value added to it if it was. Let's move over here to the next one. See a 1950. This one here has some kind of like a lamination peel. It actually is peeled up along the front side of his nose here, and it actually laid on top of the B, as you see there. So definitely some raised fills on there, top of that B. Like I say, it's pulled out quite a bit. That was in front of his nose. So that was interesting too. Let's move on over here to this next one here. This is gonna be a 1953. Let's see what this one had going on. I have to look at it together because I just kind of move it. Oh yeah. So then another little bit of blot of extra silver on top there. You tilt it, it's just a blot there. Kind of blobbed on. Probably where another peel came off and laid on top of there, but it's on top of the leaf. So that's just an oddity. Usually that leaf is a full leaf, kind of like this one here is a full leaf there, but that extra right there. So that was interesting. And the last one here for our search so far, this is gonna be a 1947. You can definitely tell it's a lamination error right there. It's not a strike through or anything, but definitely a lamination error. Yet again, I tried to kind of rubbing it off, but as you can see, it's like it wants to peel off there. So that was pretty interesting too, pretty cool. But a few finds inside of the Roosevelt's. Gonna move these over. This one's gonna go in a stack and set this one back up here. And let's work on the Mercuries. Okay, I went through the Mercury cents here. The Mercury dimes here. I didn't find anything out of the Mercuries there. Didn't have any kind of lamination errors, any DDOs, so forth, DDRs, you know. So anyhow, I went ahead and moved over here to the 3-cent nickels, which would be, you know, a thrickle, however you want to say it. But let's go ahead and put these up under the scope real quick. I'm gonna kind of run through what I think I see on here. Now look how faded that A is on there. You can see like this portion of the A is almost completely missing. If you turn it sideways, you can barely see it there. So probably it's hard to say a grease error because this actually doesn't look like it has much of a grease issue with it. Come down here with the United, the U on there, that definitely looks like it's completely missing. But if you look right here on the end and on the top side of the eye there, looks like there's some kind of doubling going on, possibly. Like I say, this little worn in here, as you can see that everything on top of the face there is kind of almost laid flat down. But then if you come over here to the 1868, as it shows, that one is pretty thick on there too. Looks like it's got a little bit of a belly coming off on it. Something's going on the front side here, the one there. And if I can get it, if you turn it ever so slightly right here, from the edge of the 6 right here, going through the 6, through the 8, and it actually goes up underneath the hairline here. It's a slight die crack. Let's see if I can get my finger out the way. There's a little bit of a die crack right there going through. So those are kind of a good telltale or a good indicator that something's going on with the coin. It references it a little more to let you know that there's possibly something on there. Now I looked on Wexler's guide and I also looked on Variety Vista. I didn't find much of anything there, but it's interesting kind of the way the America goes also, like the E is sitting way lower than the M, so forth, so on. So not sure. But yeah, it's got that nice little crack there. Let's go on this other side here. And I want to say, starting from about here, you can see the denticles are actually doubled. And going down, tilt a little bit. Actually, they're doubled down through here. They're doubled all the way around the bottom side. They go all the way over. See, denticles are still doubled. Goes all the way over to right here where it pretty much stops. And there's a die crack going through, or a gouge actually. A die gouge is probably what they would call it, going through from the wreath here into the denticles. And like I say, it stops right here where the doubling's at. So that's interesting also there. You can see the die gouge right there. So yeah, that's it's probably something going on with this, but like I said, I can't find anything just yet from it, but an 1868, which that's awesome to have. But as you see, the one sits way lower, but it's way thicker, and it does have something going on the front side of the one here. Let's swap on over here to this other, hang on, let me move this out the way so I got room for my elbow. This other 1868, see the one's lower than the 8 and the 6 there, so that's a little interesting on there. Now this one, let's see, you see where the E and the M are at? That E and the M are basically lined up to where they need to be. On the last one, that E said lower. It was actually below where the M was at on the bottom side of the M. So that's, like I say, another little telltale piece. You probably have some doubling possibly in the hair right here. It's probably machine doubling almost. But back when, I haven't seen very much machine doubling on the 1868s. But not saying there isn't, but like I said, it's a little different. So United, I don't see anything there. States here, there's nothing much there going on. I'm not seeing anything in the denticles. Let me spin you. Switch hands too. Not seeing much in of. Like I said, we had in America. Let's flip it on over. Look at this side here. Not seeing anything. It's nice too that they still have some of the lines that are actually in the 3 columns there for the Roman emblem 3. Roman numeral number 3. Not seeing anything in the denticles there. Like I said, you still see some lines coming up through there, so that's nice. Now this one's pretty much normal as far as I see. I mean, they may cause something like this, a little bit of doubling going on. Not for sure if there's an extra leaf that needs to be on there, but that's nice. Also, another 1868. It's $3. I'm still blown away at this. This one's the one that was in the little sleeve there. It's a little brighter, like it was kind of played with, not kind of clean, but definitely got something inside of the F there on the back side of the F. If you come over here to S, you can see the bottom side of S is doubled there. So the bottom side of the S is also doubled on there. I'm not seeing anything along here. Top side of that D is completely missing. Probably some doubling right here on top of the N. You can see right there in the dead middle of the N. But this 1866, look at that high 6. Now Morgans, I want to say, Morgans also have a high 6 variety also. So that 6 is pretty high. I mean, really high actually. So an 1866, and yeah, it sits off a ways a little too. Not seeing anything in the denticles on here. Let me spin you. This one had definitely been clean. Might be something actually in the backside of the C here. So let's flip it on over to the reverse. Check it out. Like I said, it's pretty clean, but yet again, there's lines. We got these lines in the 3 there, which is awesome. But man, for $3, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not seeing much else on here. So like I said, that's actually pretty interesting. We might have something going on definitely with one of them, but probably a DDO on this one here. But yeah, that first one there having a crack right below it. And some other telltale signs on the obverse. The DDR, definitely the doubling of the denticles on the backs, always a DDR, but hopefully it's got something else on there. Need to do some more research, but that's cool for the 3-cent nickels, or yeah, 3-cent nickels that we got. Let me go ahead and break this one out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and check this 20-cent piece, and I'm also going to check these. Hopefully I could pop them out of the case here. Kind of want to, and like I said, put them in a separate sleeve, but if not, I might just try to get it in the sleeve, try to put it up on our scope, but I know it's going to be a lot of sheen on it. So anyhow, jump to these and see what we got. All right, well, I checked through the mint set here, and then I also had the 20-cent piece. Put the 20-cent piece back under there, just kind of give y'all a visual of what it looks like. And as I told you before, it's in rough condition. I'd say rough condition. It's just more or less smooth. Now, the condition, the light scratches on there. A lot of coins are like that. I mean, some of the 1980s, 1990 coins are about as damaged as this one is too, but it's kind of got a pretty good size 1 on there also. As you see, it sits lower than an 875, but I don't think there's anything going on in here down in the denticle area. There might be a little something right here, as you see, maybe peeking through. But like some of the denticles also, you can either have like the top side of the 8 or stamping of the 1. That could be the top side of the 1 could be stamped right here. Top side of the 8 could be stamped in the denticles too. Moving on over a little bit, the stars are decent. Liberty herself is decent on there. It's just worn in, just flattened out. Some of her drapery is still there. This is actually going to be a shield. The shield would sit kind of sideways right here, and her seat and the rest of her drapery and stuff where her feet would be at. I mean, it's still showing a little bit of signs on there. Her cap that's sitting right here, this would be the cap. So then we flip it on over to the reverse here, and you still see states. Now you definitely want to have United States of America still on there and not completely wiped off, completely scratched off. That's still on there. Cents is almost gone off of there, as you see CENTS on there. So it's almost gone, but it's still there. It's got a little bit, definitely some wear on it. You can definitely see the S. Now there is an S over S variety, but this one would just be completely hard to tell. 20 is there, so that's good. On top of that, nice looking star. There's the rest of United there, and even the eagle itself has some feathers, has the feathers at the bottom. You can still see the beak outline, or actually where the beak would be at, and then the eyeball itself on there, so that's good. A little more feathers there, a little more breast feathers. Now the talons you can't really see. There's more feathers in the backs there. So yeah, I mean, it's not in horrible condition. It is in, you know, I mean, I'm really surprised for what I got it for, honestly. Like I say, I weighed it out even on the scale just in, and it was saying 5 grams, which it should weigh. And I'm going to get it graded, though. You know, some folks out there might say it's not worth grading. It's a piece of crap. It's yada, yada, yada. Well, you know, I'm different. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing graded for sure, get it slabbed up, because this is a really awesome coin. I've seen literally, like, this would be the second one in the wild I've ever seen. The first one's going to be at the Denver Coin Show that was already graded at like a 35 grade. And then another one that I've seen on Pirate Stacker Show that he had. But I've honestly never seen very many of these. And like I say, I was quite blown away seeing that it was a 75S. 20-cent piece. So that was awesome. Well, all in all, I had a really nice day. I haven't brought you a whole lot of footage coming up. Like I said, it's been really busy. I'm hoping I can get some more circulated out for you guys. But I hope y'all liked the video. Y'all make sure y'all tap that subscribe button. It really helps me out, and it really brightens my day more or less to see you guys jumping on. More comments. Y'all just flood the comments in there. I like to talk to you guys. Like I say, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, so I need y'all. I'm just joking. Y'all hit the thumbs up button. I hope y'all have a fantastic day. I hope y'all have a fantastic 4th of July. If I do not get back with you, I know I am. I'm headed back to the house. Reason why I'm going to do submission here. Hopefully I get back a Monday time frame next Monday after to get y'all a video of submission going on. But all in all, like I said, great day. Y'all have a great day. We'll see y'all in the next video.